Our Meta ad account got banned in the first hour of our 48-hour launch. No warning, no explanation, and absolutely nothing I could do. Months of work and almost £30,000 of my own money invested, and it would all have been for nothing if we hadn't had an email list to fall back on. Instead, we still managed to launch to 25 high-ticket members and convert another 25 through email in the following days. I don't want you guys to be at the mercy of the algo any longer either. So I've teamed up with my favourite email provider to give you my complete email marketing blueprint and the opportunity to get started completely for free. This course retails at £50 in my digital store and includes all the tips and tricks that have helped me to grow multiple email lists for both myself and my clients, in addition to a free trial with Constant Contact. So keep watching to find out more, but first let's dive into my very own case study, which I carried out over several months. This is going to demonstrate for you in undeniable detail exactly what business marketing can do for your business. Back in 2020, I grew a decent personal brand on LinkedIn, which now stands at over 50,000. And I launched my own LinkedIn marketing agency, specialising in ghostwriting and training off the back of that personal brand. It was completely organic. There were no ads, no funnels, just consistent content that ended up converting. But as client demand increased for other platforms and services, I knew that I had to evolve. So I shifted from LinkedIn only to a full 360 marketing agency. And of course, that included email marketing. But here's the truth. You don't own your audience on social, and you never will. 95% of LinkedIn creators, including me, have experienced a 40% drop in reach in 2025. Now, that's my main platform, but TikTok can suspend your account at any time, and it's almost impossible to be reinstated following a permanent ban. Instagram changes its goals and its algorithm frequently, and your reach can tank overnight. So if you think you're immune, let me tell you, you are not. But your email list, that's yours. No algo update, no platform ban can take that away from you, which makes your email the most underrated, untapped gold mine that you need to start utilizing. And no, email is not dead, as I keep hearing people say. I've built multiple email lists for myself and my clients. Surprisingly, over 70% of the revenue from my various income streams last year came from clients who were on one of these lists. Checking the data is essential, because then you can double down on what works. When I launched my membership for female founders, I tracked the entire process just so that I could analyze my own data and show you what email can really do in undeniable detail. But first, you should know this: building an email list, a genuinely engaged email list, takes work. There's no shortcuts. You need to put in the effort. Sure, you can buy a list. Don't do that, please. Apart from the fact that's kind of illegal, they're also not going to be engaged. People who've signed up genuinely out of their choice are going to be the ones that are going to engage and the ones that are going to convert in your emails. Last October, I'd finished my market research and defined my offering. I'd emailed all the ladies on my digital marketing agency list to tell them about it, and I'd ask them if they'd be interested in being kept informed and to opt out if they didn't want to hear more. I gained their permission to add them to the email marketing list for the She Scales Collective. That got me started with a solid 3K email list from day one. So always worth having a think about who you already know that may be willing and interested to go on your email list. That's best way to start, with a warm list from day one. I created a welcome series of emails to tell them more about the membership, and I started drip feeding info. Of course, I frequently reminded them that they could opt out at any time, which really showed transparency and built trust. So I had barely any opt-outs. As momentum grew, I created a She Scales Collective waitlist sign-up form, which I did on Constant Contact, and I posted it everywhere, from like my link in bio to my website, socials, groups, other businesses, and more. And by waitlist, what that actually meant was you're going to join my mailing list, but waitlist just made it kind of more It added more urgency and it created like a sense of FOMO, like shit, I better get on that wait list, otherwise I might miss out. I also added it in the comments of every single post on a daily basis and mentioned it in the actual post as often as I could without annoying people too much. I let in a few exclusive founding members to review the platform and the app that we were building. I got them to give feedback, and by the end of November, we'd reached 4,000 people on waitlist sign-ups. By December, we were pretty far down the road in creating the resources for our membership platform, which was due to launch in January. So I used those resources to create mini guides and templates, which I used as lead magnets. You know, you have to give away something that almost hurts you to give away, that you originally put a lot of work into, because everyone wants your email address these days. So unless you're given genuine value in return, why should anyone give it to you? This is work that I was doing anyway. So it was genuine value, maximum impact, but without requiring me to spend too much additional time. I posted about these lead magnets absolutely everywhere and just asked for an email opt-in exchange for a genuinely valuable resource. I was also hosting mini events for my founding members, lots of photos and reels, creating massive FOMO, or fear of missing out, for any other Gen Xers like me who might not know what that means. People actually started messaging me to find out how they could get involved and how they could keep in the loop. So they were literally asking to be on my mailing list. By launch day, we'd grown to 7,000 people on our mailing list, which was amazing, but I didn't really care because I didn't realise how critical it was going to be. I'd planned everything down to the very last detail, and I was confident. For the first time ever, I was also relying heavily on paid ads to make sure we hit our numbers. And then disaster struck. Our Meta ad account was banned within the first hour of our 48-hour launch. We needed to launch to 50 members, bearing in mind these were all high-ticket recurring revenue members that were going to be kind of in it for the long haul. There was a minimum term. It was high value, a big commitment. All of a sudden, email was no longer the backup plan, the only plan, alongside organic reach on socials and me frantically selling in the DMs, which really gives me the so sorry if you were one of the people I did that to. That launch ran for 48 hours as planned, and we signed up a disappointing 25 members out of the 50 we had needed. Not only did we need 50 members to break even, but we'd also capped the first launch at 50 members. So 25 was not bad considering the setback, but after all the hype, I was deflated and really flipping mad with myself for being too confident. Best laid plans and all of that. So not to mention the fact that I was out of budget and slightly panicking. But then something pretty amazing and unexpected happened. I rewrote my post-launch email sequence and I changed it from the attended nurture series that was just going to be sort of plodding along until the next launch. I changed it to almost like another mini launch via email. To my complete surprise, we converted another 25 members over email in the coming weeks. Thank God. So we continued, but we decided to stick to the plan and kept it at 50 because we really wanted to ensure quality, get feedback from the members and iron out any teething problems inside our platform. And that was always the business model and plan. But it was at that point, despite the fact that I've been using email for years, I've been doing it for clients and already created multiple lists for multiple people, something really clicked. And I kind of finally understood why every mentor and every marketing person I'd ever spoken to was so adamant that I should grow my email list. Thankfully, I did follow their advice, but it was at this point that I really got the importance of it. Today, the She Scales list is at over 10,000, probably close to 11 now, I think. Within the membership, we fine-tuned our offering, made it more structured, made it easier to follow and dip in and out of. But for the second launch, email was a key part of the plan. So we did an intense warm-up series of emails and only a 24-hour live launch. That was for the FOMO effect, like that was to create urgency. That was to get as many people to take action on that day rather than thinking, oh, I'll do it later. We capped that live launch at 25 instead of 50 and closed it with the news that the last few available spaces were only going to be available through offers that would come out in email, and the next launch wasn't going to be till August. So that created loads of FOMO sign-ups to our mailing list. And we saw it as an opportunity to grow our mailing list with that level of urgency, and knowing the importance of our mailing list in the long term, that's what we wanted to do. So 25 people on the live launch, capped it there, got more sign-ups to the mailing list, and then 2 email offers later. And let me tell you, I'd planned like 10. We had our next 25, and we once again closed our doors to ensure quality and get feedback. So we now have 100 people in the membership. So in under a week, we went from barely breaking even, which was the 50 members point, to a healthy and profitable business. Thank God. The next launch isn't till August because I'm focusing on other stuff at the moment and other business interests. I am quietly confident now on what it takes to run a successful launch, and I can tell you that email is key. Email gives you control over your business outcomes that you cannot get anywhere else, even if you pay for ads. If you can automate the entire process for consistency and conversion, then you will succeed. And that's one of the main reasons I picked Constant Contact for this launch, because their functionality also aligns with my personal focus on automation and AI in marketing. But the platform, in case you heard automation and AI and panicked, the platform is also super user-friendly and intuitive, even for beginners who've never done email marketing, used AI, or scheduled an email in their lives. So grab your free trial via the link below, come back and comment done. When you do that, I'll send you my entire email marketing blueprint, the course that retails for 50 quid, completely for free. And I'm even going to chuck in some added bonuses that aren't available in the course, which will show you all the tips and tricks I personally used to grow my membership and email list. I'm even including the actual welcome series and post-launch email sequence that I created for the She Scales launches, word for word, and you can do what you want with it, adapt it and use it as you see fit. Long story short, if you want security and sustainability in your business, email marketing is non-negotiable. This is exactly what me, my clients, and every successful entrepreneur I know is doing to build their launch campaigns and scale their businesses. Start your email marketing now. Start building your list. If you found it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. But remember, if you don't want to scale your business and build the life of your dreams, then you definitely should not check the comments for your freebies.